You ever just want to fly to Antarctica and shoot a penguin? But anyway, we got another video by Patrick CC. I say another video, but we have another video we reacted to by Patrick CC, and it's called Peta. Is Peta? I think it's Peta. Pretty sure it's Peta. Deserves their failure. Now I always heard the jokes about Peta. It's like them niggas always doing shit, but it's like, man, I feel like they was never on shit. It was dead. I always thought the niggas was just never on shit. I always thought they was bullshit. So we gonna see. We gonna see what these niggas do. Let's get straight into it though. Mama, we lit. My bad.
Its reputation on protecting animals. PETA has built its reputation on protecting animals from harm. They call themselves the largest animal liberation organization in the world. But what most people don't know is that the way they liberate animals is by killing them from employees.
What the actual fuck? So what you're telling me is I'm gonna set you free by killing you. This sounds like some religious cult shit. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. A little bit suspicious.
He's dumping animal remains in random city dumpsters to stealing children's pets and euthanizing them. PETA starts to look more like a...
Yo, what the fuck? My nigga, you're just going... You're still niggas... We're still niggas' children now? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, pets are children. I ain't gonna lie, if I had a pet, that would be my child. But we still in children's children now? What the fuck going on? What the hell?
House rather than a sanctuary. And on top of that, they have built an entire brand around shocking the public with their sensationalized advertisements, comparing factory farming to slavery, animal agriculture to the Holocaust, and routinely creating campaigns so extreme that even fellow vegans and animal rights activists have a hard time supporting them. PETA.
Why the fuck are you putting KKK shits into y'all fucking ad read? What are we doing? This is a terrible money. This is a terrible way to spend. Niggas don't even get this shit off my screen.
Desperation for attention has got.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, bullshitted.
Gotten so bad that they even resort to calling out video games for their portrayal of animals when they literally couldn't be any more harmless. And for a company that's called People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, what they actually...
Ain't gonna lie, that was a clean ass black and blue, free them all. Ain't gonna lie, the dude sound like a clean ass prison escape game. I ain't gonna hold you.
Do to them will horrify you. In June of 2005, a troubling discovery was made behind a local grocery store in North Carolina. Employees reported that every Wednesday they would discover the remains of countless dead animals inside the dumpster behind the store. The authorities were contacted and an investigation took place. Officers took note of 2 PETA employees unloading black trash bags full of animal remains into the dumpster. The police intervened and discovered 18 animal carcasses in the dumpster and another 13 inside of the van. Adria Hinkle and Andrew Cook were arrested and faced...
So we're trying to force people to stop killing animals by killing animals. I don't know. Bro, I just not realized my soundboard. Niggas can't even hear my soundboard. I'm finna get mad. I'm finna get fucking mad, bro. That's what's picking it up. That's what's picking it up. I found it. Alright. Let's lower this.
Cruelty, as well as...
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like it on 2 separate things. Hold on, that might be the method. Cuz hold on, cuz. Can I change his name though? Like soundboard. I spelled soundboard wrong, but y'all never see it. So fuck y'all niggas. All right, man. Hold on. Let's run it back.
Carcasses. Officers took note of 2 PETA employees unloading black trash bags full of animal remains into the dumpster. The police intervened and discovered 18 animal carcasses. And
I forgot how to fucking say this shit. Oh my god! One more time.
reported that every Wednesday they would discover the remains of countless dead animals inside the dumpster behind the store. The authorities were contacted and an investigation took place. Officers took note of 2 PETA employees unloading black trash bags full of animal remains into the dumpster. The police intervened and discovered 18 animal carcasses in the dumpster and another 13 inside of the van. Adria.
So you're telling me the only way to save animals is to kill them? I just feel like, why not? This sounds like some cold shit. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like some religious shit. You see that Doomsday trailer?
Hinkle and Andrew Cook were arrested and faced 31 total felony charges for animal cruelty, as well as 8 misdemeanor charges for improper disposal of dead animals. PETA CEO and co-founder Ingrid Newkirk claimed that the 2 employees were tasked with bringing the animals to PETA headquarters to be euthanized, although could not clarify why they had been dropping off the remains in the dumpster. The 2 managed to avoid jail time. They were cleared of the felony charges of animal cruelty and forced to pay a small fine for littering. That's right, littering. But it didn't really matter what the courts decided, because for many, this was a chilling revelation that couldn't be ignored. The country's most notorious animal rights organization was animals. But how could this be? Well, it turns out that it was always a core part of their ideology. The unfortunate news is that this video is heavily censored to abide by YouTube's community guidelines. This content is by no means meant to glorify the subject matter, but rather to document and educate. However, if you'd like to watch the fully uncensored and ad-free version of this video, as well as all of my future uploads, you can do so in Maryland, after her next-door neighbor suddenly went below. And as always, thanks for the
that's on me.
support.
That's on me.
In
That's on me. That's on me.
1972, Ingrid Newkirk was a meat-eating college student living in Poolesville, Maryland. After her next-door neighbor suddenly moved out, a dozen cats were left behind. They found solace in her backyard and began reproducing at a rapid rate. Overwhelmed by the responsibility, Ingrid took the strays to a nearby animal shelter in hopes of finding them permanent homes. But when she found out that the shelter had euthanized all of the strays she brought in, she snapped. This was the moment that Ingrid Newkirk was radicalized, and she began her crusade against animal cruelty. She began working at the very same shelter in hopes of making a difference in protecting the animals. However, she became witness to unspeakable acts of abuse from other staff members, to the point where she felt that the employees took pleasure in torturing the animals. She said,
hold on, kid. John is kicking the dogs and putting it in some freezers. Or I would say they're stepping on the animals and crushing them like grapes. They don't care. Some of these people would just take pleasure in making them suffer. Hey, nigga, we must be protecting these niggas. What the fuck going on?
Point where she felt that the employees took pleasure in torturing animals.
Is this the right
She said, in the end, I would go to work early before anyone got there, and I would just kill the animals myself, because I couldn't stand to let them go through that. I must have killed 1,000 of them.
Yo, what the fuck is going on? I don't want to be rude, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Gang, call it. Where's the police? I don't even. My head hurts. But I don't even know what's happening right now.
Sometimes dozens every day. Now, this quote by itself sounds insane, but many people support Ingrid in this situation because euthanizing these animals saved them from suffering the abuse of potentially sadistic humans. This logic would become ingrained in the foundation of PETA, but it introduces a difficult ethical dilemma, and that's that PETA feels like they get to decide whether or not another living creature's life is worth preserving. In 2024, PETA took in 3,317 animals and euthanized 2,213. In 2025, they took in 2,854 and euthanized 1,684. Approximately 2 out of every 3 animals taken in by PETA during this time were killed, while the national average for other—
Who funds PETA for them to be this global? Fuck. Probably feel like my camera looking like mad low on my shit. Can I like bring my camera down? My fault. I'm getting distracted. I'll do that shit later. But it's like, I feel like, nigga, what? Who's funding this shit? Which other you white motherfuckers? Cause I'm gonna lie. I'm blaming white people for this one. I ain't gonna hold you. As much as I love blaming black people for shit, I gotta put the blame on black people. I gotta put the blame on white people for this one. I'm I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, bro. What the fuck is going on, man? Whoops, my bad. I forgot Dante was playing in the background, man. My bad.
Other shelters remains at only 8%. This is a massive outlier. On the surface, it almost seems like PETA is eager to kill these animals, while the average shelter is more committed to prolonging their animals' lives and eventually finding them homes. PETA operates what it describes as a shelter of last resort. But real quick, I just want to talk about how it's becoming harder than ever to keep your online data secure from bad actors.
Yes, bro. I know,
addresses,
bro.
phone numbers,
I
and
got a
link in the
VPN,
description.
bro.
Thanks, Incogni. Many no-kill shelters will reject taking in animals with their limited admission policies. Sometimes it's because the facility doesn't have enough space to keep the animals. Other times they simply refuse the strays because of their low chances for adoption. As a result, limited admission facilities will always maintain a low kill rate and high replacement rate. PETA takes in every single animal that is brought to them, regardless of their health, age, or adoptability, leading to far higher death rates and sparse adoption numbers. This issue becomes even more complicated when you consider just how many strays live in America and how finding all of them homes is quite literally impossible. It's estimated that the number of feral cats in the United States is in the tens of millions, and they are all reproducing at a rapid rate. Estimates say that a single
Yeah, them motherfuckers be. They don't even fuck like that. They fuck one time and they get like 20 kids. My female cat, the offspring could have. What the? In just 7 years, nigga. Don't your shit hurt? They don't care, bro. They should dead as recover. What the fuck?
cat and her offspring could spawn 370,000 cats in just 7 years. Millions of strays are taken in by shelters every single year, and even the most generous adoption rates still see hundreds of thousands of animals without homes. Some of them are just too old, sick, injured, or feral to be domesticated, meaning that if they don't die on the streets, they'll live the rest of their lives suffering inside of a cage, which is why many, especially PETA, look at euthanasia as the only viable option. PETA also frequently refers to animals as if they are equivalent to humans. They use terms like speciesism and human supremacy to criticize others that believe that humans are inherently.
Well, tell them niggas to get their smarts up and get with us, nigga. Nigga, get in the books, nigga. Nigga, we the best, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga, we do all this shit, and all them niggas do is just eat, shit, fuck, and produce shit. Nigga, they ain't us, nigga. What the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Human supremacy, nigga, we are better. Yes, I'm not gonna lie, nigga, we are. But the problem comes when humans think they're better than other humans. White people, back in the day, y'all motherfuckers, yo, them niggas really had us as slaves. Is that not crazy? They literally looked at our skin and said, yeah, go do my dirty work, little nigga. Go do the dirty work, little nigga. Like, what the fuck? Nigga, we on the same side.
More valuable than other forms of life, which sounds like what you'd expect from an animal rights activist until you remember how many animals they kill. Critics argue that's like the nation's largest nursing home claiming to value elderly people above all else while routinely deciding which residents would be better off dead because their remaining years might involve suffering. Most people would.
Nigga, imagine a nursing home gotta call you, hey, bro, hey, gonna lie. Yo, grandma, she fucking shit up over here. We might have to kill her. Nigga, what? They gonna pull up right now, shooting that old motherfucker up. I bet not put no motherfucking hands on my grandma. What the fuck, nigga? You know how disrespectful that shit is? Nigga gonna call you, yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie, we gonna have to put down your grandpa. What? Nigga, I'm done putting down that whole building. RPG. With a switch on it. Limited ammo. Up, down, down. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? What? Come on.
Find that logic horrifying. Even if the intentions were compassionate, we'd still question whether any organization should have that much authority over who gets a chance to keep living and who doesn't. And as a result, PETA has also found themselves in controversy for being a bit too eager to get rid of animals, like in the case of Maya the Chihuahua in 2014. After receiving a call to gather feral dogs and cats in a local trailer park in McCormick County, Virginia, 2 PETA employees found an unattended chihuahua named Maya. The workers collected the dog, believing it was a stray, and euthanized her later that day. In actuality, the dog belonged to a 9-year-old girl who had received Maya as a Christmas present. To make matters worse, the employees had not followed PETA's standard operating procedures where they are supposed to wait 5 days after capture to euthanize.
Nigga, they saw that little ass nigga. The solid was annoying. They knew it. That motherfucker was barking at. That's what it did. It was barking at them motherfuckers. It was like, ain't gonna lie, this little nigga annoying. Let's kill this nigga. What? Yo. These niggas wild. These niggas are actually crazy. That chihuahua was annoying them niggas and said, let's just kill the nigga. Come on, bro.
Which ultimately resulted in a $49,000 settlement to be paid out to the family. But the situation leaves you to wonder, how many times has this happened and gone unnoticed? How many families are under the belief that their pet ran away from home when in actuality they were abducted and killed by PETA without a chance to return? In 2008, the Center of Consumer Freedom petitioned Virginia's Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services to reclassify PETA to a slaughterhouse. Their petition cited PETA's 2006 adoption numbers, which showed that they only had managed to find homes for 12 out of the 3,061 animals they had taken in.
Yeah, they doing this shit for the love of the game right now. I ain't gonna lie. This shit get out of hand. Like, what the fuck?
Were unfortunately euthanized, meaning that animals taken in by PETA had a less than 3% survival rate. It is absurd to classify PETA as a humane society when its employees are slaughtering nearly every companion animal they bring in. PETA has killed over
on that nigga ass. Ain't gonna lie, gang. They not even humane, nigga. Ain't no humans in that bitch. They don't care for humans in that motherfucker. Would it be inhumane, like animal? Like human? Would it be like animal, like anime? My bad.
17,000 pets since 1998. Given the group's astonishing habit of killing adoptable dogs and cats with such ruthless efficiency, it's only fair that the state of Virginia refer to PETA as a slaughterhouse. Now, to be fair, most people can understand that animal shelters are forced to make difficult moral decisions every day, but PETA makes it incredibly hard to give them the benefit of the doubt when so much of their public image.
Bitch, where your clothes at? I don't think we're fighting it. We're going against. We're losing the plot. Where is your clothes? KFC tortured chicks. I mean, shit. Let the food good. Never mind. But yeah, that's cool. Like, yeah, they tortured kids. Yeah, they tortured chicks. Nigga, where is your clothes at? I know it's cold as fuck. Cause everybody else got sweaters on, full pants. They fully clothed. I know they cold.
Is built around provoking outrage, which goes all the way back to the early 90s when they collaborated with country singer-songwriter K.D. Lang to create their Meat Stinks campaign.
Hi, I'm K.D. Lang and this is Lulu. We're with the People for the Ethical Treatment
Well, this quality is. Woo! Shit!
of Animals. We all love animals, but why do we call some pets and some dinner? Meat stinks, and not just for the animals.
They taste good as fuck, nigga. He's asking stupid ass questions. You want to eat a dog, nigga? You taste a dog before? Freak ass nigga. I'm not gonna eat a dog. It's not my fault. Niggas said dogs cool, cows aren't. Cows aren't cool, but they cool to eat, nigga. Good as fuck.
Human health and the environment.
This became particularly controversial as Lang was born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which had a vibrant cattle ranching industry. She was banned from 30 local radio stations, and a sign in her hometown identifying it as the home of K.D. Lang was burned to the ground. Just in case you thought them Canadians were nice, drink water. She was also disavowed by a handful of local public officials.
That's a she? I wasn't paying attention to her voice. I just thought he was, I thought it was like a younger child. I'm not gonna lie.
Alberta's Minister of Agriculture said, "It is extremely unfortunate that she has decided to side with the animal rightists. There's a certain feeling of betrayal. We have supported KD fairly well in Alberta." That being said, the publicity also brought KD massive success and attention to new fans that helped her album achieve gold status. It was here that PETA likely realized that controversy and negative press had a decent amount of benefits, and moving forward, causing outrage was their main strategy. One of their first major successes in this tactic was the "I'd rather go naked than wear fur" campaign.
I ain't gonna hold you. I might be on their side. But just for women. I don't want to see no nigga with his balls out. Double standards, yes, I know, but hey. You know what I'm saying? Hey, free eye candy. As a nigga myself, I love good eye candy. Sometimes I just need to say, damn, I can't pull that, but thank you for showing me this. You know
Originally, it involved 2 PETA staff members.
See, this is where shit getting fucked up. Hey, nigga. I don't know what he got going on, but he's a freak. He's a freak. Nigga straight a freak. Let's get back. Oh, I muted the video.
Walking outside of a fur expo in Tokyo, Japan, fully nude. This campaign later expanded to include.
Well, he got fur on his chest, so basically he's not even fully committed.
Outside of a fur.
And we don't even know if she's saved down there. So we don't know if these two are fully committed for real. Let's be honest.
Fur expo in Tokyo, Japan.
Get rid of all the
fully
hair,
nude.
nigga.
This campaign later expanded to include major celebrities like Pamela Anderson and Dennis Rodman. The campaign.
Now, Dennis. Ink, not mink. What the fuck are you doing? Actually, I'm not even. Yeah, Dennis is Dennis.
Became so popular that it spread far beyond animal rights activists, and celebrities publicly supporting it turned the.
Yo, what's Tony Tober Gonzalez for Peta? We'd rather go naked than wear fur. Bro, what's going on?
Campaign into a mainstream pop culture moment, to the point where it became kind of taboo to wear real fur. This brought more attention to PETA and increased awareness to animal rights overall. And from there, PETA's strategy only became more aggressive, intentionally creating offensive messaging to make headlines. In the late 90s, PETA set its sight on McDonald's, advertising unhappy meals and calling the restaurant chain McCruelty. Activists would stand outside McDonald's locations handing out fake Happy Meal boxes redesigned to look almost identical to the real thing, but the packaging featured illustrations of an evil Ronald McDonald holding a knife surrounded by blood splatters to make him look more like a murderer. The goal was to hijack one of the most recognizable brands in the world and force customers to associate a trip to McDonald's with the realities of factory farming, and their strategy was effective, with McDonald's promising to improve the conditions of their factory farms for the sake of the animals. Other chains like Burger King and Wendy's followed suit with their own respective campaigns, but not all of PETA's campaigns were this successful, and in their relentless pursuit of attention, they occasionally.
I see them niggas, I'm driving right past them, getting my 20-piece chicken nugget. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. Give me my 20-piece.
Cross lines that even some of their supporters couldn't defend. In 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested for murdering 17 different men. The story made national headlines for Dahmer's unspeakable actions, going as far as to abuse his victims both before and after their deaths, as well as eating the flesh from their corpses. Not even a month after the arrest, PETA began leaning into the tragedy for their campaign. They published advertisements that looked like they were recounting Dahmer's crimes, victims being dragged away, ignoring as they cried for help, dismembered, and ultimately eaten. Then after walking readers through the horror, PETA revealed they weren't talking about Jeffrey Dahmer at all. They were talking about cows, pigs, and chickens, and asking people to become vegetarian.
Nigga, humans don't taste good. I don't think. I wouldn't know. Come on, bro. What are we doing? Nigga just got caught eating humans. And there's good shit like chicken. Like, that nigga really he's eating meat. For real. Nigga, he's eating dick. Jeffrey Dahmer's literally eating dick. And we're talking about, and Peter's talking about, hey man, this must be, if this shit makes you sick, think about, how about you think about that when you're eating chicken? This nigga, Jeffrey Dahmer's eating straight dick. He's eating straight dick. He's eating straight dick. They ain't gay. He's eating straight dick. I don't know why. I didn't mean to press that shit twice. Like, come on, bro. What the fuck we doing?
Critics believed it was a major stretch to compare a sadistic serial killer to farming, and that they were capitalizing off a national tragedy for their own personal gain. They imitated a similar.
Yeah, that's so nasty, bro. Niggas eating straight dick for real. And then Peter's gonna be like, hey man, I know this shit has nothing to do with it, but think about how the animals feel. I don't give a fuck about them niggas. I love my animals. I love the ones I can't eat, and I love the ones I can eat. That's why we separate them. Nigga, separate the art from the artist. Like, nigga, what we doing?
strategy in 2002 with Robert Pickton, a serial killer who victimized 15 women and stored their remains in the freezer on his personal pig farm. Peta saw these serial killers and factory farmers as one and the same, and anyone who felt remorse for the human victims but not animals, Peta saw them as hypocrites. This strategy became particularly egregious in 2003 with their infamous Holocaust on Your Plate campaign. Funded by an anonymous Jewish donor, Peta placed 8 large signs on city streets depicting animals inside slaughterhouses to the emaciated and tortured prisoners of Nazi-run concentration camps. The Anti-Defamation League, an advocacy group meant to combat anti-Semitism, described the comparison as inappropriate and insensitive. The issue should stand on its own merits, rather than rely on inappropriate comparisons that only serve to...
But they compare shit to crazier shit. The only reason why it's crazy is because us humans made killing illegal. Killing animals is not illegal. So, sad, but we don't care. Killing people is illegal, and we don't need to do that no more. So the fact that you're going out the way to kill people when it's illegal, 1, 2, and we don't do that shit no more, that's the fucking problem. And Peters keep trying to compare this shit to humans. Y'all, them dumbass animals are not us. Them niggas can't beat LeBron James. Them niggas can't come back from down 3-1. When you find a cow that can come back from down for 3-1, let me know. And I'll stop eating today. I'll stop eating food. I'll stop eating meat today. On my mama. On my mama, nigga. Them niggas not, there's no nigga that got 48,000 points. What the fuck was we doing? What is we doing? Stop comparing these I love my animals, but stop comparing these niggas to us. They not us. They not like us. Dead ass. Like, come on, bro. Keep this shit serious. Them niggas not serious about shit. That's the problem.
Trivialize the suffering of 6 million Jews and others who died at the hands of the Nazis. To Peta and its supporters, the campaign was not disrespectful because they believe that animals and humans are equals, so they don't see the difference between humans slaughtering millions of animals.
And that's the problem right there. We are not equal. And granted, I don't even know why they saying that, because y'all didn't even think of us as equals. But now y'all want to see animals. How animals going to... Come on, bro. What are we doing, bro? Niggas didn't even see us as equals, but they want to say, hey, man, animals. Like, come on, bro.
Every year, or humans committing genocide. But most people just don't see the world that way, which doesn't mean that they support animal cruelty. Many normal people actually strongly oppose unnecessary suffering and believe animals deserve protection and humane treatment. Yes, even those who eat meat. At the same time, they still view human life as unique. If forced to choose between saving a person and saving an animal, most would choose the person. It's in our DNA. PETA often treats any distinction between human life and animal life as a form of hatred towards animals. Then again, this type of nuanced discussion doesn't pair well when they are trying to advertise, which is why their relentless oversimplification made it seem like animal cruelty wasn't even the subject of their cause, and that they were just trying to get a rise out of people. Another example of this is their Save the Whales billboard. Rather than discussing actual whales, the billboard depicts an overweight woman with the slogan, "Lose the blubber, go vegetarian."
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That nigga. Them niggas is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Them niggas is crazy. Respect. I can't even respect that. Oh, what the fuck they got going? I don't know what the fuck they got going on. Just for that shit. I gotta get a new horn.
This was not informative, and to be honest, it's not even motivational. It does nothing more than insult overweight people under the guise of vegetarian activism. But they weren't just offensive. Many felt PETA's behavior crossed the line of being flat out ridiculous. In 2010, an orca living in SeaWorld Orlando named Tilikum made headlines after his handler Don Brancho. This was surprisingly not the first time this had happened. His handler Kelty Byrne in 1991 and Daniel P. Dukes in 1999. The situation led PETA to file a lawsuit on behalf of Tilikum against SeaWorld. That's right, they filed a civil lawsuit on behalf of an animal. It gets even more ridiculous when you look into their cause for concern. They claim that Tilikum's 13th Amendment rights were being violated, not only implying that the Constitution applies to animals, but also insinuating that SeaWorld was using the killer whale as a literal slave. The Constitution began
I don't think them old ass niggas from back in the 1800s was thinking about animals. They thought about white people and white people only. Majority white man. I'm like, if they was here today, they was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck with no weak ass animals. Is it edible? Nigga, oh God, that'd be their first thought. And what that motherfucker tastes like, though? They don't give a fuck about these animals. What? They don't even care about. Come on, bro.
With the phrase "we the people," not "we the orcas," which is
oh God, we the people, we the humans, and most some of them was we the white people. They did not give a fuck. Hey, we the white people. If you say the race, fuck you.
Why the courts ruled that the Constitution applied specifically to human citizens of the United States, not all living entities within its jurisdiction, and the case was thrown out.
They said, I'm reading this shit. Does this shit say orcas? Dumbass, get these niggas out my face. Hey, this dumbass bitch, shut up. Put our rights on orcas. Get the fuck out
there are
of
genuine
here.
concerns to be raised about SeaWorld and other facilities that keep animals in captivity. But this was not an earnest attempt at justice. It was nothing more than one of PETA's publicity stunts. Similar actions have been taken by the organization, which somehow managed to be even more ridiculous. In 2015, they filed another lawsuit, this time on behalf of a monkey named Naruto. In 2011, the primate came across a lawsuit.
Whoa, hold on, nigga, what?
Which somehow managed to be even more ridiculous. In 2015, they filed another lawsuit, this time on behalf of a monkey named Naruto. In 2011, the primate
Who the fuck named a monkey Naruto? Why would you...
Alright. Came across a British photographer named David Slater. Naruto approached one of his cameras fixed on a tripod, stood in front of the lens, and took a selfie of himself with a big smile. People believe that because Naruto was
Do not say that motherfucker look like me. If you say that, fuck you.
The one to take the picture, that the rights to the photograph actually belonged to him. PETA argued that he should be given full copyright ownership, and any money generated from the image would go to PETA directly to ensure the funds were used properly.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck was that? I'm sorry.
So you want me to give my money to a fucking monkey? Yeah, hey, that could mean two different things, cause 1900s. My bad. But nigga, what he finna spend it on? Bananas? Nigga, he not. You know what I'm saying? What he finna spend it on? Other monkey bitches? Hey. Come take these bugs off my back and I'll give you some bread. Ow, fuck, I hit my head. Hey, get these bugs on my back, I'll give you some bread and some head. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing. Like, what are you finna spend it on? How old this nigga? Oh, this nigga's 6 years old. What are you finna spend it on? Even spend on some jitsu, oh God, even about some, hey, teach me how to do this jitsu, I'll give you some bread.
Of course, the courts did not find any legal standing to award Naruto copyright ownership of his selfie.
How the fuck is he gonna own
Situations like
that?
this created hilarious newspaper headlines like, "Judge says monkey cannot own copyright to famous selfies." PETA has behaved in a way that makes them look completely delusional, to the point where some have even began to question if PETA is controlled by the opposition, paid for by the meat industry to scare people away from becoming vegetarians. And while this likely isn't the case, it truly just speaks to how poor PETA's reputation has become. And the amount of side quests they go on to promote their cause is just as impressive as it is insane. My mind was blown when I found out about the countless browser games PETA has created. And I'm not talking about educational games for children, I'm talking about full-blown parody games where PETA steals some of the biggest franchises on Earth and turns them into animal rights propaganda. They made a parody of Cooking Mama called Cooking Mama, Mama Animals, where players are forced to rip organs out of a turkey, pluck its feathers, and prepare its carcass before Mama eventually realizes she's evil and becomes a vegan. They made Pokemon Black and Blue, a game where Pikachu, Tepig, and other Pokemon are covered in bruises and broken bones after being abused by their trainers. The entire premise is that Pokemon battles are basically organized animal fighting, and the Pokemon need to overthrow their human captors. One of the more bizarre examples was Dress Up the Trollsons. The organization was upset that Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen wore fur in some of their fashion lines, so they created a browser game where the sisters look like emaciated zombies and players dress them up in blood-stained animal clothing. The goal was to publicly shame them into abandoning fur altogether. The PETA game's lore
was it was a fit clean though. My bad.
Is deep. They've made hundreds, maybe even thousands of these, but none of them hold a candle. Lore is deep. They've made hundreds, maybe even thousands of these.
Pokemon Red, Red, and Blue. Yo, these niggas. Pokemon versus McDonald's.
But none of them hold a candle to the absolute insanity that is when they compared the AKC, the largest purebred dog registry in the United States and the chief promoter of purebred breeding, to the Ku Klux Klan. In this game/quiz, players had to answer loaded questions that were carefully designed to make AKC look like a hate organization for mixed breed dogs. They even ran commercials with the same messaging.
That's a great point, Cindy. And that's why it's important for us to continue to dock the tails, crop the ears, and create that clean look. It's so important. I'm sorry, sir. I think you have the wrong meeting.
Oh, is this the American Kennel Club?
Yes, but, you know, we're discussing...
You believe in the sanctity of pure bloodlines, right?
Yes.
And breeding to achieve a master race?
Well, master pedigree. They're...
Race, pedigree, I mean, that's just all semantics. I think I'm gonna fit right in here.
Their argument here kind of reminds me of like that classic Twitter meme where
Any way to manipulate the conversation, I guess.
like on Twitter, you'll be like, man, I love waffles. And then people reply, so you hate pancakes? It's like, no, I just prefer waffles. I like them more. I didn't say anything about pancakes.
Yes, nigga, fuck pancakes, nigga. Pancakes K over here, nigga. We big waffles on my mama, nigga. I'm playing. I love both.
Liking or preferring a purebred dog doesn't mean that you hate mixed breeds. But when PETA isn't creating games of their own, they might be attacking others. And in the case of one popular Japanese game, PETA messed with the wrong community. Umamasume, Pretty Derby, is a video game franchise that turns famous real-life racehorses into anime girls called horse girls who race, train, and compete in a fictional sports world. Most of the characters are based on actual champion racehorses from Japanese racing history. The one that became the point of controversy was Silent Suzuka. PETA tweeted, "If Umamasume, Pretty Derby were honest, your favorite horse girl doesn't get a comeback arc. One failed event and the race is over forever, just like what happened to the real Silent Suzuka." And then they posted an image of one of the characters of the game with an injury with the text that read, "In real life, the horse Silent Suzuka suffered a catastrophic injury in a race and was euthanized." Which is ironic because if the horse was sent to PETA, they would have done the exact same thing. More so, the franchise has actually increased public interest in retired racehorses and their histories, with many fans visiting farms and learning about the animals that inspired the characters. Japan's fund for retired racehorses has raised more than $1.8 million over the past 10 years, mostly thanks to fans of the mobile game. Fans legitimately...
So wait, so them weird niggas that like they're in love with the horse girls, would they be like going to them like, oh my god, it's actually someone in real life? I feel like they'd be on some weird ass shit though.
Raise money to donate and create memorials for retired racehorses. They have done more to honor and respect horses than people.
Now I get it. I'm fairly sure most of these horses are male, and just gave them big titties. Well, most of them big titties, and they look dumb. They look airheaded. Hey man.
Ever has, but since the org is vehemently against horse racing and has been for decades, they couldn't see through their own blinders. But the results were not what they hoped for. Fans absolutely trashed PETA on Twitter as they felt that an activist organization had barged into their community, misunderstood what they loved about it, and then used one of its most iconic characters as a prop for a message that just missed the mark. It was so bad that even the owner of the deceased horse, Silent Suzuka, that PETA tried to defend, quote tweeted the image and said, "Go to hell, you organization." And it's really when people
like, hey bitch, don't talk about my child like that. Fuck ass nigga, boy. Nigga, who is you to defend my child, nigga? I don't need you, nigga. Fuck you.
Fight back against PETA that makes them look insignificant, like their feud with the family-owned Baltimore restaurant Jimmy's Seafood. In 2018, PETA was targeting the Northeast United States and Canada with their "I'm me, not meat" campaign to protest against the consumption of lobster, which is a staple dish for Northeasterners.
They may not necessarily be able to scream, or we may not be able to recognize immediately that they are showing pain and distress like other animals, but
they shouldn't be, nigga. Their head get cut off as soon as they start moving. That's what they should. Hey, I remember that one girl on TikTok. Like as soon as something moves when she's cooking it, she instantly like chops that thing's head off. Yeah, that's what. Hey, I'm talking about. I'm cooking and
They
cleaning.
absolutely do.
I got hard.
They even tweeted this guide of examples of anti-animal idioms commonly
Oh, brother, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Feed 2 birds with 1. Oh my God! Beat a guinea pig. Beat the test tube. Beat a dead horse. Feed a fed horse. What? Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bagels. Take the bull by the horns. Take the flower by the thorns. Nigga, what? Beat the test was stupid. Feed 2 birds with 1 scone. Nigga, I don't even know if half the world know what a scone is. Beat it. That's like beating a dead horse. That's like feeding a fed horse. That could work.
used in America and how to rephrase them, such as instead of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, say feed 2 birds with 1 scone. Yeah. To which the Jimmy Seafood Twitter account replied with, instead of saying PETA has killed over 36,000 animals, say PETA has not euthanized 40,000 animals yet. Instead of saying PETA steals pets from homes, say my bad, and then they link the story of them killing a child's chihuahua. The feud continued in 2019 when PETA put up a billboard
them niggas on straight time again.
Encouraging Marylanders to see the individual within crabs and go vegan. Jimmy's then responded with a sign of its own and even created a beer called PETA Tears. PETA fired back again in 2023 with a billboard down the street from the restaurant that had a picture of a fish and text.
Who's giving them money? I'm getting pissed off. Who's the fuck giving these niggas money?
That read, I never lent you my flesh, go vegan. Because during the 40-day solemn season of preparation for Easter, Catholics and Christians might abstain from eating meat, but will eat seafood. In response, Jimmy's put up 2 billboards in front of their restaurant, one that had a crab on it which read, they died to be enjoyed, and the other with crab cakes that read, it'd be a sin to waste them. PETA decided that even the Bible needed an animal rights update. The book, PETA's version of the creation story, is an AI-generated vegan interpretation of the book of Genesis from the Bible. The organization...
Hell no. Let me see this bullshit.
The
vegan version of the story being animal skins, beef or bamboo. Abraham says across the room and adopt me. Befriend and oh yeah. These would be mad as fuck. Oh my God, imagine the supper. Boy, Jesus don't want to eat none of these fuck ass plants, nigga. That nigga want some meat. Pause, but that nigga want some food, God. Hey. That nigga Jesus don't want no goddamn salad, nigga.
Generated vegan interpretation.
Oh, my mama, bro. He's just mad as fuck. He read that. He saw that book from upstairs. He said, these plants, nigga. We had wine, and we had some drinks, and some meat, nigga, turkey leg, nigga. Who the fuck? Who the fuck put some salad on my plate? Nigga, this the Last Supper, nigga. This some real ass shit. Like, that nigga, boy. Jesus mad as fuck.
Genesis from the Bible. The organization even modified famous passages to encourage vegetarian.
I don't know how to pronounce TAL gives enslaved humans and animals the gifts to Abraham and returns his wife Sarah to him. Explain the animals. What about enslaved humans? They just combine. Okay. Yeah.
And portray animals as equals rather than resources for mankind.
What's the last supper in the Bible?
And whether it was the Bible, Pokemon, Mario, McDonald's, Jeffrey Dahmer, or the Ku Klux Klan, nothing was off limits, which at this point, we have to give them credit for their consistency. Still to this day, activists are literally encasing their feet in cement to get their messages across. So when police officers show up to the scene, they are physically unable to move the protesters. Although I'm not sure how much this is actually working. They haven't had a viral stunt in decades, and I think at this point, the mainstream news only covers the stories out of pity. The most tragic part about PETA's desperation is the fact that they've actually done a lot of good, and to be honest, their existence has probably been a net positive for both animal rights and vegetarianism. In the earliest days of PETA, they were actually well respected and admired. Shortly after PETA was founded in 1980, the group began their first ever campaign, an undercover investigation in an illegal animal testing facility in Silver Spring, Maryland. Alex Pacheco, who co-founded PETA with Newkirk, volunteered at the Institute of Behavioral Research, where he acted as a double agent, collecting as much evidence as he could to build a case. While undercover, he witnessed 17 monkeys being subjected to unspeakable experiments and tests. They were forced to live alone in a small wire cage with no bedding, only being allowed to leave the cage when they were being experimented on. The animals were given special operations to cut off all sensory feedback to their arms and legs before being restrained and perpetually shocked to see if they were still capable of using limbs they couldn't feel. Occasionally, Pacheco would break into the facility at night, while Ingrid Newkirk hid in the back of a car with a walkie-talkie to alert him of any intruders. They eventually gathered enough evidence to bring to the local news station, as well as the authorities, who would soon after raid the compound and shut down the operation. This was the first operation of many that PETA would conduct over the 80s, and they would begin to build a reputation as an extremely effective grassroots animal activist group. In 1984, PETA took down a massive horse meat operation. A company called Horses Unlimited brought thousands of horses and sold them to—
See, like, I don't want to eat horse meat. I just want cows and, you know, I don't want, you know, nigga just want, sorry, I was talking something, but niggas doing too much with other meats. I just like, you know what I'm saying, cows. Like niggas cooking dogs and shit, like that's not something I do.
Local ranchers in northern Texas. After the ranchers would fatten the horses up, they sold them back to Horses Unlimited, who would then sell their meat overseas to Europe. However,
that's why Europe shit, man. They eat the wrong meat. Pause again, but they eat the wrong meat, man. That's why Europe shit ass. Why are we selling horse meat? Cause you know niggas don't eat it over here. We eat, you know what I'm saying, the good shit. No niggas, that's why the shit over there ass.
Problems arose during a massive winter storm in late 1983, which saw countless horses freeze or starve to death. PETA ultimately exposed this massive operation and was able to stop it before it got worse. PETA was also able to intervene on behalf of a handful of animal experiment operations throughout the late 80s, saving dogs, rabbits, chimpanzees, and more from cruel and deadly experiments. This was something everybody could get behind. PETA was building a reliable reputation as animal rights vigilantes, and their efforts were drawing more awareness towards animal cruelty and abuse. Even after they shifted their approach in the 90s and 2000s, leaning into more sensationalism and focusing on pop culture, they still made efforts to inspire change that unfortunately went completely unnoticed. Regardless, there is no turning back for PETA. They have built their empire on controversy, and no amount of good PR will ever be able to change that, which is why many people today look at them less as activists and more like extremists. This is the tragic reality for PETA. They became the most well-known animal rights movement on the planet at the cost of also becoming the most hated. PETA is the perfect example of how a movement founded on empathy can slowly earn a reputation for something much darker, just like Oprah, who appears to be the exact opposite of what people think she is. But check out this video to hear that story.
Hold up. I don't even know what to think of Oprah. I'm probably gonna watch these till tomorrow. It's been 1 hour 44 minutes. I ain't gonna lie. It's dinner at 12. I'm gonna try to stream early tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Get on my goon shit earlier. My fault, y'all. I was dead ass outside all day. Helping my brother and shit. But I'm gonna